I grew up believing that when something is broken, you fix it. That's what marriage was supposed to mean: commitment, patience, and working through the storms. I wasn't perfect, but I gave everything I had to my wife. 13 years together, building what I thought was a life we'd carry into old age. I believed in us until the day that belief collapsed without warning. It started with subtle shifts. She stayed late at work more often. Her phone was always upside down, notifications muted. She laughed at private messages but never shared them. Even our goodnight kisses felt distant, as if something was missing. I convinced myself it was stress. I asked gently, and she brushed me off with a tired smile and a soft, "I'm just worn out." I wanted to trust her, so I did. But one night, everything changed. She got to bed early with a headache, and I stayed up finishing the game on TV. Later, I sat down at her desk to send a work email from my laptop, but hers was left open. I didn't mean to pry. I didn't have to. A message flashed across her screen from someone named Eli. The words froze me in place. "Last night was amazing. I can still smell you on my sheets." I stared at the screen, heart pounding, stomach sinking, unable to move. Eventually, I opened the conversation. There it was, months of messages, pictures, hotel details, jokes they shared that I was never part of, promises for a future that didn't include me. It wasn't just an affair. It was another world, one she built behind my back where I didn't exist. I shut the laptop. I didn't wake her. I didn't shout. I just sat in the dark until morning came. My eyes stung, but the tears wouldn't fall. That morning, I cooked breakfast like always: eggs, toast, coffee black. She kissed my cheek, smiling. I smiled back, but inside something had already died. I carried that silence for 3 days. Maybe I needed time to let it sink in. Maybe I was gathering the courage to face it. But deep down, I think I knew I was preparing to leave. On Saturday, she headed out for errands. When the door closed, I waited a while longer. Then I pulled our biggest suitcase in the closet and started packing. Only my things: clothes, documents, razor, laptop. I slipped off my wedding ring and placed it on her pillow. The front door creaked open before I could finish. Her voice cut through the air, panicked, sharp. "What are you doing?" I didn't answer at first, just zipped up the bag. She rushed into the bedroom, eyes wide. "Tell me, why are you packing?" I finally looked at her. My voice was steady, cold. "I know." She froze. Her lips parted, but no words came out, just a broken sound. I saw the messages. I said, "All of it." Her face drained of color. She collapsed onto the bed, staring at the floor. Then came the excuses. "Wait, listen, it wasn't serious." I was confused. "You've been distant." "Don't," I interrupted. "Don't insult me more than you already have." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "You can't just leave. You're my husband. You should have remembered that before you let him touch you." She stood again, trembling. "Please, we can fix this. I'll end it. I'll do anything." But her words meant nothing. The woman in front of me wasn't the same one I had once loved. That version of her disappeared the moment she chose someone else. I grabbed my suitcase and walked to the door. As I reached for the handle, she shouted after me, her voice cracking, "Don't walk out like I don't matter." I paused, then turned slightly. "You already made me nothing." I didn't stop at a friend's house or check into a hotel. I just drove, mile after mile, watching the sky shift from daylight to sunset, headlights stretching ahead into the night. I didn't know exactly where I was going. All I knew was that I couldn't stay, and that was enough.